Hey, my creative tribe. Pardon me. So I was in the home office today for most of the morning. I'm out running errands right now, but so I was recording. I was recording video to put up there today, and every time I recorded, I got interrupted. So it's easier sometimes just to film it in my mobile office, because it's just my wife's still bugging me to go back to trucking, and she is not happy. But you know, I'm making progress. You know, it's just not fast enough for her liking, I guess. But I'm not giving up. I'm sorry. I'm stubborn, I guess. I love her to death, but I'm not giving up. I'm not going back to trucking, because if I go back to trucking, I would have to go back over the road, and I'd be gone so much. I wouldn't be able to do what I do, and it's just not going to happen. But if it gets down to it and we desperately need me to have a job, I can always go back to trucking. Okay, but that's not the point of this video. I got a little sidetracked there. But Celtx, CELTX. I use it on my phone for script writing. Great program. I love the program. It's very useful. But working on my phone, even as good as my phone is, it can be a pain at times. And it's just, you know, I've tried different keyboards and that. It's just, I don't like working on the phone. I used to have a keyboard for my other phone, but it doesn't work with this one. So I'd have to buy a new keyboard. And that may be an option at some point, but right now, not really. But, so I thought, so what I do is I write in the program, I save it as a PDF, I hook my phone up to the computer, and then I download the file. And I thought, well, why not just pull it up on the computer? So I went and looked, and Celtx does have a desktop program, and it looks very nice. And I logged in, it said log in, so I logged in with my email. And it opened it right up. My files were right there. And I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. It said, oh, your subscription's up. You need to pay. And I'm like, oh. And I looked on my phone, and it's still free on my phone. So that's one frustration. Second frustration, well, the program, it was saying, oh, $19.99. And I thought, I don't have a budget for buying programs right now. But, you know, $20 for something I use actually quite a bit, it's not a bad deal. So I went in and was seriously thinking about buying the program. So I went in and looked at the details, and that's per month. It's a monthly subscription. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is killing me. I can't afford a 20-month program. It was hard enough to justify spending $20, and I can't stand these subscription monthly fees anymore. It's getting to be too much. You know, even if you're a successful business, that's a lot of money to be pumping into something. You know, Adobe, I'm having a hard time paying that month, and I'm still paying it, but I mean, it's hard to justify, and that's where I need to be. I'm trying to drop off a library book, but it's been so long since I've been to the library. But yeah, it's getting ridiculous with this monthly fee stuff. I mean, I'm not against companies making money, so. But this monthly subscription stuff, it's just not working for me. Even if I get to where I'm doing pretty successful, you know, I still don't want to pay a monthly fee. it's just a shame that everything is going to that. That just seems a little greedy. I'm sorry, it seems a little greedy. You know, if your program's useful and I really like it, even if you're charging, let's say they were going to charge $100, $150 for the program, I wouldn't have been able to get it today, but it definitely would have been on my list to get. But now, I'm either going to have to stay working with, and they drove the wrong way. I'm either going to have to stay with just working on my phone, which if I add a keyboard at some point, it might be alright. Or switching programs, but I really like Kelton. I do. I think it's a really great program on the phone. I can't testify to how well it works on the computer because I am not paying a monthly subscription. But if you all know of a script writing program that works both great on the phone and on the computer that's a reasonable price, let me know. Because I would probably make the switch. Because I use the program on the last 3 or 4 months. I've used it quite extensively. I've had the program for a long time, so I was familiar with it. I just didn't really have a call to use it. But now that I'm starting to do a lot more business stuff, I'm using it a lot. So, I don't mind paying a little bit for something that's going to be useful. But that's it for now. I got to drop this book off. I got to get cat food. And I'm waiting on emails to come back so I can work on the book promo. I had to scrap my original idea because she sent the narrative over to me. And it's just, communication with her has been a little difficult. I'm working very hard to try to get where I get a good feeling of what she wants, but she keeps, it's like pulling teeth sometimes. I ask all these questions and she'll answer just one, and not completely. And then I'll ask them more questions and she'll just answer one, not completely. And the feedback I've given her, she hasn't given me any feedback yet. So I'm keeping the questions just one at a time now, and hopefully she'll respond. To be honest, nothing against the author. This is not a project I would really want to take on, not because of her, but because, I'm really going, when I bid on the job, based on the information she had, and then we got to talking, and it was a whole bunch more. And which happens. There's a lot of times I've talked to clients and they're like, oh, this is what we want. Okay, we start talking about doing the job at a price, and so, oh, can you do this, this, and this, and this? And I'm like, oh. And I'm at the point in my career and life and experience now that I know how to say, no, we're done. We're not doing this anymore. And I'd walk away from it unless they agreed to go back to the original setup or they expanded their budget for the additional work. And I have no problems with that. But she's one of the first client. She's the third person I've talked to on Upwork, but the first one that's moving forward with actual project work. And we haven't finalized yet. But if I can get that work in, show that, hey, I've got something up there, I do the work, that I'm worth hiring. So I can't turn this down. I've got to suck it up and get through it. But once I get that done, then I'll be happy. This is kind of project that I really not into, just because of the communication and the requirements and the budget that she originally set is not going to match what it's going to take to do this. It may come down to I may cover my costs and not make any money, but if I get my work history started on Upwork so I can land some of the bigger projects that I really am interested in. It'll be worth it in the long run. So we'll see how it goes. But y'all have a great day. Create something awesome. And I'll see you.